Everyone, welcome to our Human Resources meeting. It is June 15th, 2023. The time is 10 a.m. In attendance are Commissioners Brooks, Matari, and Duncan, with Commissioner Brooks joining us via telephone. Are there any changes to the agenda? All right, hearing none. Our first item is overlap pay request in our District Court Judges Division. And Carlene, our Child Court Administrator.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carlene Behringer for the record. I'm here today to ask for overlap money for Judge Meyer's staff attorney position. Her staff attorney will be leaving in July. He took a position as the chief staff attorney for the Idaho Supreme Court for Justice Brody. And so we are in the process of receiving applications for his replacement. What we'd like to do is have the current the current staff attorney, Chris, train the replacement staff attorney for a 2-week period of time.
Okay.
And that's why we're asking for the overlap money.
Sure. And is he going to wait until somebody's actually on board to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then is there anybody, I've seen it listed week after week. Is there anybody?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Yes. And I just received an email from University of Idaho, and they have some candidates that will be graduating, and they'll be applying as well.
Okay.
So we are getting candidates.
Perfect. All right. Questions?
No questions.
Okay. Bill?
No questions.
All right. Motion.
No questions.
Thank you.
I move that we approve the overlap pay request for the district court judges.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Okay. Motion passes.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Have a great day.
You too. All right, item 2, position conversion request, Treasurer's Office, and our Chief Deputy Treasurer, Jill Smith, please.
Jill Smith for the record. We had a supervisor leave last year, and there was an employee that was willing to try out being a supervisor. She decided that she doesn't like being a supervisor and requested to go back to her previous position.
All right, so you're not going to, let me rephrase this.
At this time, we are not going to appoint a new supervisor. We don't have anyone that's ready right now, and we don't need someone to just manage. We need a supervisor that actually is a technical expert at what we do. So for the time being, we're just converting this position and leaving the supervisory position unfilled. We don't change our bodies.
Right, but it's not technically
It's not
like that.
unfilled.
It's a conversion, so you'll have to convert a position when you come back with your supervisor. And are you looking sometime in FY '24? No, it'll be a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so as long as we can make note, so we remember that this was a conversion when it comes back before us in the next 2-3 years or whatever, that'd be great. So, questions?
No questions.
Okay.
No questions.
All right, motion?
I move that we approve the position conversion request for the treasurer's office.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Joe. All right, item 3, another overlap pay request, and this is with our prosecutors department, and it is the victim service coordinator. Mr. Mortensen, if you'd like to have a seat at the table.
Thank you, and this is Stan Mortensen for the record, and I'm not sure if overlap is the right word for this or not, but basically what's happening is my office has 3 victim service coordinators. Nancy, who is retiring this month, basically, she started in August of 2025. So she's working on 17, 18 years of service. I'm sorry, did I say 2025? 2005. August of 2020, that's not even the right way, it's 2005. And our other 2 advocates we hired this year, within the last year. Zalata started on Halloween, October 31st, 2022. And then Stephanie started March 6th, 2023. Zlata is working out well. She's still being trained, but she's learning very fast.
So I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes.
I don't think we need details.
Sure.
So we're starting to talk about personnel and their skills. And so I think for me, all I need to know is you have your senior person leaving. You would like somebody to train your 2 remaining and your 3rd replacement.
Exactly. So Nancy's last day in the office is July 17th. She's retiring, and that basically leaves us with nobody to train, finish training Zalata, to train Stephanie, and to train the replacement. While Zalata is very competent, she's not at a level where she can train herself or the 2 new ones. And so, fortunately, Nancy is amenable to coming back during her retirement on a part-time basis to help train, and that's what we would like to discuss and get approved.
Okay, so unfortunately, that's different. I think that would require a different agreement than just a plain overlap, because an overlap is she's an employee, nothing changes, and we just bring her replacement in early to be trained.
That's why I was confused. I don't remember using the word overlap when I made the request, so I...
Right, so, your memo here. So I think this would be a temporary part-time position that we would have to approve.
Okay.
And so, Brandy, do you know if the projection is for a temporary part-time? Okay. So my only issue would be it's on the agenda, not as concise as it should be. So the agenda just says overlap pay request for the prosecutor instead of a part-time victim service coordinator.
But it's kind of partially right.
When is it supposed to start?
Well, I think she'd have to wait 30 days. I'm not sure if it's 30 days after her last day in the office or 30 days after she gets her first retirement check, but...
Dan, we did find out from Percy that based on her situation, she just has to have a 24-hour break in service from the organization and not be a Percy contributor.
Okay.
And she can come back. So,
Well, basically, Nancy told me she's willing to start as early as the first week or second week of August 7th, if that's feasible.
Okay, so that's 2 weeks after her separation date, so that's fine. So,
I would approve it at another meeting.
okay. So what we can do is, actually, we have time to put it on the business meeting,
Okay.
so that way you're not delayed 2 weeks.
I appreciate that, and I apologize if anything I did confused what this request was for and which meeting it was put on the agenda for.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
just
pointing
one of
any
those
fingers.
wires, it was one of those last minute wire crosses, I think.
And how will Franklin handle getting it on the agenda?
I don't need him to attend. Will you need him to attend the
No.
business meeting on Tuesday?
No.
And I was just told about this last week, and so we're kind of
Sure.
scrambling, because I know there's not a lot of meetings between now and when she retires, so
Yep.
I appreciate everybody's consideration in this.
Yep.
Do we need to make a motion?
No.
No?
No, we'll
Okay.
just make a motion on Tuesday. So, thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
All right, item 4, request for higher duty pay, and this is with our sheriff's organization. And Captain Smart here.
Kevin Smart for the record. Commissioners, about, 8 months, maybe even a little longer, we asked you to approve us to have an additional temporary sergeant's appointment for our patrol section as we have a significant FMLA event occurring from that section. We're asking that you just continue that, but we're looking to just rename a different person as we have some promotions coming up. So nothing would change as far as the position or the needs. It's just a name change because the person who's currently in it will become a full-fledged sergeant as opposed to the temporary.
Okay. And like you stated, we don't have an end date to the FMLA.
That is correct at this time.
Okay. I am fine with it, and we did this for the jail where we just kind of approved it until that position, there was some significant change. Either the person left or the person came back to work. So I'm okay with that. How do you?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
So you're not coming back every time?
Yes, and that's what we kind of like to request to be in kind of an open-ended for when this position is whole again.
Yep. So do you want to try that motion?
In addition to what we have written here?
Yep. Yes.
I'll let you do that, or Bill.
Okay. Yeah. Bill, are you all right?
I'm all right with it, but I don't want to make the motion.
Okay. I move that we approve the request for higher duty pay for the FMLA position, and the higher duty pay will be until that position is either the person comes back or the person leaves and it's a normal hire, normal promotion.
I second the motion. Aye.
Commissioner Matari?
Aye.
Chair Duncan?
Aye. All right. Motion carries. Thank you, Captain. Okay. Item number 5, request for new FTEs, building and grounds. And we addressed this a little bit yesterday. So there's a couple ways that we can go for this. And I've got our building and grounds manager here. And these are the 3 positions that we're looking at to replace our outside contractor for admin cleaning. So the outside contractors had problems hiring people and getting good service, and we as a board said that yes, we'd like to look at this. Once again, it's a replacement. B budget dollars would just be moved to A budget. Essentially, it's, I think, almost a 1-for-1, depending on where we hire the 3 people on the matrix. So, Greg, do you have anything else to add?
Just need to see if we're going to do this. We need to try to get this out so we can get some applications going.
Yeah.
Because our janitors aren't doing a very good job. If we're not going to do this, I would suggest we hire the other company that bid on it.
Yeah.
And go with them. We're going to have to do that anyway for the outlying buildings. So I would assume we move to the other company when we do this.
Yeah.
So the main thing would be get this out and see if we can get any applicants.
Yeah. So this would be ahead of the October 1st hiring. So essentially it'd be a mid-year. But once again, the dollars would be replaced. A little bit of overlap. I don't know if 2 weeks overlap or how much. So are you comfortable with going forward, or how do you want to do this?
No, I'm comfortable. I trust that we could use some of this staff for other locations as well. It's not just here. So
Yeah.
it's throughout the campus.
Throughout. We still have 4 facilities we will have to sub out, and the cost on that was about $62,000 a year, which is a little over what this other company did, but we're probably within $4,000, $5,000.
Yeah, okay.
So it's going to be almost a 1-for-1, but yet hopefully the standard will go way up. So
Yeah.
it's just hard for everybody out there. So Bill, what do you think?
I think that's a good idea. I've noticed the real problems in terms of cleanliness in the main building.
Okay. All right.
I didn't quite understand. That we'd have problems funding it, or that it was okay?
What Bill said?
Yes.
Oh, Bill just said we were having problems with cleanliness and admin.
Got it, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion
Okay.
that we approve the request for the new full-time equivalents for building and grounds.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks?
Aye.
Commissioner Matari?
Aye.
Chair Duncan?
Aye. So, do we need to name funding sources, or?
They'll just come, we'll remove it from your FY '24 budget request, and it's just gonna be higher than the budget.
Yeah.
Since the budget is-
Okay. All right. Get those things advertised. Yeah. All right. I think we are to public comment. Anybody on the line, Jonathan? Anybody on the phone? And nobody in person. So 10:14, meeting adjourned. That's best HR meeting.